Check 1, 2 to see if this is cool. Check 1, 2 to see if this is cool. Check 1, 2 to see if this is cool.
DJ Torch and friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. Oh, when love goes around, it comes around. It comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, oh, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Torch. DJ Torch. Friends. It's about to go down. Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love, yeah. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down. Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah. We share, we laugh, we grow. Respect the space. Love goes
About to go down.
That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you. DJ Torch and friends, round and round and round it goes, love goes around.
All right, let's get this going because I got stuff to do. Man, that jam right there, I swear. Shout out to Ghost. Ghost, you outdid yourself on that one. That was clean. That was very clean. I don't even recognize the song in a very positive way. So anyway, let's get right into it because I got some things to do. Got my shades on tonight because want to try to switch up a little bit. Might as well do what some of those other people do. But just I ain't gonna Stevie Wonder all night. Let's put it that way. Anyway, here we go.
A lot of things this case has stopped me from doing, traveling all across the world, making. So I just want to get it over with, and, accept my guilty plea. I'm ready to get over it.
Anything you want to?
He's your role model, isn't he, fellas? I don't get it. We got better role models. And you choose him.
Say to your fans.
Just say a prayer for him. I just need prayer. I don't need nothing else.
Well, Charleston White was celebrating you taking the plea deal.
Now, here's the funny thing. I don't remember the reason why I brought this up was this. Charleston White was just arrested maybe a couple months ago. He in the same shit Boosie's in. Why is he laughing? What's to laugh about? He should be concerned, like, oh wow, these fools are breaking it down now. I hope I get luckier than Boosie. I think he's going in for what? 10 years now. I don't know. It probably ain't no 10 years. Let's see what happens for real. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Even said he hopes you die in jail and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard.
The biggest thing right now was that you actually accepted a plea deal for your federal gun case.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been?
Why doesn't anybody just learn? Why don't you just learn like, okay, if I carry a gun, a pew pew, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be incarcerated. Why don't you guys just go? Maybe I should not carry a gun and don't carry a gun. Boosie can hire a bodyguard. He can hire 2. He could probably hire 3, unless he's broke. Who knows? Here we go.
Like fighting this thing from the very, very beginning.
I've been fighting for probably 3 years. Probably.
3 years.
Boosie been fighting demons for years.
But the thing is this 3 years really isn't that long, believe it or not. It's a long time, but it isn't really long. Remember when that Marvin Gaye song was being what do you call it, pirated or whatever? I think that took like 8 years or something like that to end. Dude won though. Took 8 years though. So court can take a long time sometimes. You gotta be patient. Here we go.
This time it looks like the wall's finally closing in on him. The feds are pressing heavy in his latest federal.
And the funny thing is this: he's been a role model through those 3 years. He's been in trouble. That means that his role modelism is teaching kids and younger men how to be criminalatic. Yeah, I made that word up. Criminalatic. Way to go, man. Way to go. You and Diddy, y'all are just outdoing yourself. Thank you for being the spokesperson for Black people. Thank you for rubbing your reputation on the rest of us, good old Black folk. Way to go. Way to make us look good. Way to make us look good. I'm sure what happened is this, because I be watching those court videos. They said, look, bro, you can't carry a gun anymore. You can't even be around a gun anymore. You can't be around but people with guns anymore. Stop being around people with guns. First thing he does is gets a gun. That you can't fix that. You can only separate yourself from that. You can only separate yourself from that. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Gun case just flipped his whole world upside down. Word hit that he might be looking at a 10-year sentence, and right when that news broke, guess who jumped out the shadows? None other than Charleston White, the loudest troll in hip-hop. The second.
This is how I see it. If Diddy was looking at 10 years and he got 4, Boosie the same thing. Just give him 4.
Boosie's case hit the blogs. Charleston was online dancing like it was Christmas morning.
Boosie going to jail!
Dude, Charleston White. And then y'all love this fool, Charleston White. I'm only bringing it up because I'm skipping and scandering all over, not mentioning all the Black rocket scientists role models we got out there, or Black genius role models we got out there, or hardworking Black men role models that we got out there that don't disrespect Black women or anything like that. Y'all choose these dudes instead. So I'm just asking, I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Why? Why do you focus your energy on respecting criminals? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, let me, while you're thinking about that, let me bring up some old Charleston White videos and show you what a hypocrite he is. Let me show you hypocrite Charleston White. Let me start with this one right here. Look, I don't even know dude, so I don't have nothing against him. But I do need to break it down to you.
Footage has surfaced of Charleston White snitching on his friends when he was just 16 years old. His friend allegedly committed a murder during a shopping incident and was sentenced to 75 years in prison with the help of Charleston White testifying against him. What are your thoughts on this?
I think he's a hero, actually. I don't want a murderer out in the street. It's not like that's the problem we have with this snitching thing, this no snitching rule and all that kind of crap, is basically y'all are seeing that as a bad thing when basically, number one, it's the way that criminals work. They always snitch on each other, number one. Number two, it's like this. If it comes down to choosing to leave a criminal that killed, deleted somebody on the street or getting them off, get your snitch on. Get your snitch on. Clean up the streets. Get your snitch on. Get it on. That's what I'm saying. You heard me. It's better. Look at this.
Growing up in the black culture.
There. Talking hard smack about Boosie or Boosie, whatever you want to call him. He might be Boosie soon. But look at him. Again, I rolled this tape down here and I'm looking at it, and it's about a year old. But what's he's supposed to be a role model again. He is supposed to be a philanthropist in the community. And look at him; he's still doing gangster stuff, same stuff that got him, in prison the first time. Yeah, he still went to prison after he snitched, by the way, but he didn't have to stay as long. So you tell me. You tell me. Angela Reddick in the house. Good seeing you. You tell me. I mean, why do we covet criminals? Why do we covet criminals? Mostly the men. I'm talking to the fellas. Why do you covet criminals? Because I sure don't. Forget that. To the point where snitching is bad. Somebody takes somebody off of this earth, right? And you want to keep your mouth shut to protect the person who did that? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, God. Oh, God is good. I keep telling y'all, street ain't got no God. God do not look out for street. Boosie really thought he wasn't going to jail for that pistol. I knew he was going. He going to jail.
And bro, you next. You next. Your docket just hasn't been run through yet. Your docket has not been run through yet, but it's going to be run through. It's going to be run through. And guess what? It ain't going to be good for you either. Role model. Way to go. Way to show younger men how to behave in the community. I'll let you get your laugh on. Get your laugh on, man.
All that newborn baby. Boosie won't get to see that newborn baby till that baby be walking and talking. Boosie going to jail.
He was smiling, cracking jokes, and even bragging about how he'd been waiting for this day. That man said straight up he never cared if Boosie made it back out the system. Cold-hearted, but that's Charleston for you. He lives off chaos, and this was his Super Bowl. Now,
yep. Boosie, role model. Charleston White, role model. Rocket scientist. Not a role model-esque, but he's not a role model because y'all chose these fools instead. Got me laughing. See me laughing? Got me laughing. Y'all chose this fool right here and Charleston White to be your role models. And they can't keep their ass out of jail. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see what this dude is about.
For years, Kash Patel called for the release of the Epstein files.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book?
FBI.
But who?
That's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
Now Kash Patel is director of the FBI. What's he saying?
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the file.
Changing your tune, changing your tune. Don't worry. It's all good, bro. Anybody who can lie with their eyes wide open. No credible information. Yeah, right. Anything. They just sent. No, you know something? I'm just gonna let the Lincoln Project break it down. Here we go.
Files. In the case file.
Really? Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was convicted of sex trafficking of a minor.
And you can't sex T of a minor if there ain't no minors to sex T, which that was supposed to be the, Kash Patel. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? He
said, of the FBI. What's he saying?
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information.
So the answer.
So Ghislaine Maxwell went to prison for no credible information for a long time too. And we're supposed to believe that? F you, bro. Really, for real. F you. If you want us to really believe that, at least you work out. Hey, hey, my hands out to you working out, bro. But lying to the, you have no respect. Let me just play it.
There is no one.
For the information that we have.
In the files.
In the case file.
For the information that we have.
Really? Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was convicted of sex trafficking of a minor. Conspiracy to transport minors with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Does Kash Patel really think we're that stupid?
Yes, he does. He really does. I mean, the thing is this, what I've learned, and I've had a very good lessons about sociopaths, narcs, and the like, is they really expect you to believe them, and they will be upset if you don't. Let me keep playing this.
Maxwell is the only person convicted of child sex trafficking, but didn't traffic to anyone? Who else knew? Who's Kash Patel protecting? Can't be too.
Yeah, his name fits. Cash. He's protecting his cash.
Hard to figure out. Who's his boss?
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Release the Epstein
file.
Right.
Cash. No credible information, but then you want, back in the past, the old you wants everybody to be put on them big boy pants. Big boy pants. And release that list. And we know why. It's already, something, this is the same way I felt about Jay-Z when he wouldn't take a DNA test. It's like, bro, your resistance for 10 years is enough of evidence for me. I don't need any more. That's your kid. So Cash, you really don't have to release the files. I know who's in it. I know who the best customers are, and it's not beneficial to the people you work with. Let's just say it like that. It's just not a benefit to them. I won't say they're in it. I'm just saying it ain't a benefit. Without further ado, let me give you some pretty black magic right now. Let's break it down right now. Here we go.
Bruh, white man
Wait.
played black women.
Wait.
So
Wait. Let me pause it because the volume is low, but I'll fix that right now. We got to get that volume up. Henry Mars is in the house. It's good seeing you, Henry. Let's get the volume up just a touch. There we go. Because you got to hear this fool.
Fucking hard.
And here we go once again. How many times have I told y'all? Dark skinned, nappy headed, unattractive black male is always worrying about what black women are doing. I just want to say, white men play black women so hard. Y'all fell for the bait, and y'all helped join the feminists, and y'all put the man out the house for welfare, and y'all chose welfare over the
That's right, Brittany Renner. You got to send the man out the house. You got to send the man out the house. You got to put that in the.
And y'all chose to work outside of the home, and you had a choice to be a stay-at-home mom because we was gonna pay all the bills and the gas and the light and the phone and the food.
The light bill. Don't forget the light bill.
Food and the mortgage. And the only thing you had to do was just sit at home, fuck me 10 times a day, give me head when I say so, and oh yeah, when I'm in the mood, I want to touch on my 5-year-old daughter, and you sit there and you be like, bitch, you keep your mouth shut. I am so sick and tired of you nappy-headed knuckles on this goddamn internet all day, every day. Black women, thank God for motherfucking feminism. Up until then, black women didn't have no rights. Women didn't have any rights. Black women, they had zero. Talk about how y'all was putting hands and feet on black women back in the day,
Right.
Talk about how when black women didn't have access to health care or birth control, you made sure she had 10, 12 babies apiece. This is why you niggas was marrying 12.
10, 12 babies apiece. You know how Manosphere Queen, what was her name? I did a couple videos about her. I forgot her name, but Manosphere, there's a woman who was on the Manosphere side with 10 kids. She ain't going nowhere now. She probably why she's so bitter at women. I don't know, because other black women are free and she ain't. You know, she got 10. She married to a Manosphere dude, knocked her up 10 times. She ain't going nowhere. Maybe not 10, but a lot.
12 and 13-year-old girls because y'all wanted children. And we all know children don't think like adults and they don't have any rights and they can't escape. And they had to be stuck there with those miserable, unhappy, abusive marriages. Thank God for feminism. Because women, they couldn't own homes. They couldn't own businesses on their own. You couldn't get a bank account. It's a whole lot of things you had to do to get a man's permission. Y'all niggas are mad that we don't have to bow down and kiss your ass and get permission. That's the problem.
That's what men are mad at, is they can't control women no more. They can. You can control women, but not at the bulk amount that y'all were able to do it back in the day. That used to be the happy days for you, which wasn't the happy days for you because what happened is that you know, that Jim Crow action got kind of ruined whatever kind of Jim Crow action you were trying to give to your women. Let's put it that way.
That's why y'all niggas is mad. Why don't you talk about how when y'all get with these Caucasian women, they play y'all niggas so hard?
Wait. I gotta put that in the mix. I gotta put that in the mix. I hope I put it in here. Okay, I didn't. Now you got to look at yesterday's show though. Basically, bottom line is this: I don't have a picture of Shaq, but I think you guys know who he is, right? Well, Shaq. Okay, you know what happened to Shannon, right? Shaq is 54. Shannon's around the same age. They want to date teenagers. And if you notice the name of the live stream, it's Hitting the Wall. Because if we remember the late, not so great Kevin Samuels, he used to tell women they were hitting the wall. Why is a man twice the age of these said 30-year-old women telling them they're hitting the wall? Kevin hit a gravestone. Anyway, let me go on. Hitting the wall when they're only 30. I mean, basically, to a lot of people, you're just starting your life. It's because these men want to date and control young girls. They're not, you can't even really call them women. I mean, really, basically, a woman, somebody at 19, that really we call back, at least back in the day, you were a girl. Now, I will say one thing, at least Shaq, at least he got up in age by 1 year, maybe 2. Get this. An OnlyFans model. I won't say that she did in Shannon, because she didn't. She had nothing to do with his demise. It was his stupidity, and I think he would agree with me now, is why he was lost literally $150 million. And Shaq is watching this close up. They're friends. At least close to it, right? Business partners, right? So you have to ask yourself, why is Shaq trying to do exact same thing? It's not only that the woman is only like 20 or 21. I think, I think she was like, she's 20 now. So she was 19 when she met dude. But she's an OnlyFans model too. Anything wrong with that? No. They chasing their money. So if she's chasing after Shaq, what is she chasing? MONEY. And a mom in the house. It's good seeing you, NEM on. I don't get it. Let's find out how much Shaq is getting paid. Let's break it down right now. You know, that's what we do here. He's not making a whole lot. $50 million. He ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But it ain't like what Shannon was about to get. I don't get it, Shaq. What's up, bro? Couldn't even get a look. It would have still been weird if he was with a 30-year-old. Girl says nobody chases Shaq for love. Dude got more crust than a French bakery. Oh man, yeah, but really, for real, I mean, I'm really puzzled. It's like you just saw your friend lose $150 million, and you jump right into the exact same scenario. Now, do I believe that you're saying, because I believe Deontay brought up some good points yesterday. It wasn't like nobody's thinking that Shaq is making these evil, bestiality, comments and stuff. But at the same time, it's who they are attracted to that is the problem. And I can solve all the red pill community's problems right now with your own damn words. Choose better. If you are a good choice yourself. See, that's the problem you guys have. That's why I be on this channel protecting Black women, because y'all don't know how to act. I mean, you think there's a bro code for watching you guys disrespect Black women every day when y'all ain't shit? I'll tell you one thing. I put like a robotic scientist in my community page because I'm thinking like, hey, maybe we should be shooting for that instead of desiring to be somebody like, Boosie, or Charleston White. But y'all drawn to Charleston White and Boosie, aren't you? Yeah, you don't want to be no simp scientist, right? You don't want to be no simp billionaire scientist, do you? No. You want to be Club Shay Shay, lose all your money. You want to be Charleston White. You want to be what used to be Kevin Samuels. I mean, a left turn on the road will steer you right into, happiness. And a right turn makes you go over a cliff. Y'all are making right turns all day, every day. That's why it pissed at Black women, because you made right turns. Don't you think that's a little bit weird? Don't you? Why don't you just make that left turn? Make yourself a better person. Yeah, it's hard work. It's hard work, yes. Making yourself a better person is twice as hard than being a bandit. It is. Nobody's gonna bullshit you on that. At least I'm not. But the benefits are amazing. And that benefit is not sex. That benefit is not control. That benefit is not power. That the benefit is happiness in your life. Y'all can't do that. Don't forget to hit the like, by the way. I need them likes hit. They got bots out on me. So I need everybody to hit that like, because they got bots out there. Bots. Let me keep going. Everybody give Pretty Black Magic a hand of applause, because you got to check out her channels. The ladies. Fellas, you can't handle her, so just leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Ladies, go check her out. Check her out. Here we go.
No, I mean this podcast proves that women really can't handle the truth, and they don't like the truth.
He studied
at all.
what? He
Dismissive,
studied what?
angry. We're giving you guys real game.
He studied what?
And the reason why, look, it's
This
interesting.
room.
A big reason why so many of the ladies here are uncomfortable or dislike what we've said is because
it's funny, because he's lied about his own life. White dudes are out here just capping up on him left and right, telling him about how he said something and he lied and shit. Black dudes too. It's amazing to me how he can be in that room disrespecting Black women, knowing the gig is up. knowing the gig is up. His buddy right here, they're both messy. I thought that what the manosphere was supposed to do is bring men up, make them better men. How can you make somebody better when you're messy your damn self? I mean, think about it. Really, I mean, think about it hard, fellas. Do you really want to be angry man? Have you seen how he looks and behaves? I tell you what, take that shit to your job. Act like angry man at your job. See how long it lasts. I'm serious. I'm freaking serious. Try it. I'll count to 10. Be all belligerent. Be all ignorant. Have the nappiest, nastiest looking beard, and see how long you keep your damn job. Welcome, Austin. Welcome, Indiana Mom. Angela Reddick. Ghost. I played your jam, and it was off the chain. Henry Mars. Austin says this. It's not a color issue. It's an upbringing issue. The white people in the same city act the same way. Yeah, I never said it was really a color issue. It's really a culture issue, Austin. And what I mean is this. If a role model to you is somebody like Charleston White, or somebody like Boosie, and you respect, you kind of respect Denzel Washington, but you ain't really feeling them like that. That's where the problem is. All three black men are black men. One black man carries himself with class, and the other two don't. They literally are trying to be classless. I mean, that's the breakdown. That's the breakdown. So I agree with you. It's not really a race problem, but there are men that want to take the worst part of a race of men and represent that. Oh, Ghost said, I'm leaving Houston now. Successful trip getting to side work with a well-known rapper. Corsia, let me tell you, I know he's gonna be even a better known rapper now that I know you're working with him. Let me tell you something. Ghost beats are fire. Okay, she took one of my jams. I don't even know if it's my jam. I don't know. It's at a different level. Let's just put it that way. And that level is it. I mean, I'll be playing it later. Darnell, welcome. It's good seeing you, Darnell. Darnell says, it is DJ. Manosphere is supposed to help men. Unfortunately, like Christianity, some shepherds stray away from the flock. Some, that's a large amount of some, if you ask me, If you ask me, it's a large amount. The sum of the sum is a large sum, if you know what I mean. It's the hypocrisy for me. Indiana Mom, it's a hypocrisy. It's a hypocrisy for me too. Teb's in the house. Black women look up to the worst. No, don't get black women mixed into it. No. Tev, I understand what you're saying, or you're trying to say, but the majority of black women, they don't look up to Boosie. They don't look up to Charleston White. They don't. A large portion do look up to Chris Brown, but that's a large, small portion. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's what's up. That's what's up. You can't. If women were looking up to the same role models as men were looking up to, they would still be in the men's situation right now. But I mean, I get your point. I understand. Oh, you said, wait. Let's see. So black men and white men look up to the worst in their, well, you know something, I would have put a debate up, but you know, the fact that we have an interesting person who's running the country, that's that's a good point. But we're talking about black women. We ain't not talking about the difference is that with black men looking up to the wrong person, there's a higher impact because we don't have the resources that Caucasian men do. We just don't. Oh, Henry Mars is here. Our beloved brother, Austin Holloman, has now been in Kenya too. Poor guy. No country he's been kicked out of Kenya. The poor guy, no country wants the passport bros. No, they don't. They seem cool at the beginning, but then when they start slapping, women and stuff and acting a fool, it's time to go. Time for them to return to their mom's basement in the United. No, please don't send them back here, Henry. Don't send them back here, Henry. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Don't send them back here. CE looks like he looks like he smells faintly like stale crown. Oh, telling black women who date Caucasian men need to be worried about the white men who are white supremacists, white nationalists. But see, Tevin, that's the one thing. Usually white supremacists and white nationalists, I won't say they would never date a black woman, but more than likely they're not. They're not. That's the one good thing about a black woman being black, is she doesn't have to worry about that part. She attracts who she attracts. I've never seen a situation where a black woman dated a nationalist. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, let's get back into this. Let me get back into here. I'm talking all kinds of smack.
Probably no one's ever told him this shit and been as candid as we are, because men don't tell women the truth because they want to get laid.
Also, they don't care. You know what's funny about women as
well?
well?
You want to get laid too, bro. To the point where you're irresponsible, and your friend over there had a little scare a little while ago. He had a little scare. What kind of scare did Fresh have? Because he's not fit, so he must, Fresh must be fresh. So what kind of scare did he have?
I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well.
And here's the funny thing. The man doesn't want any kids, right? Then why are you being so freaking careless? See, that's what I'm talking about. Charleston White. Careless. Shannon Sharp. Careless. Boosie. Careless. fresh, careless, teaching other men to be careless. Way to go, fellas. Way to ruin our community even more. Gus says nationalists do date black women, trans, and other men, hoping not to get caught. It's a fetish. It's a fetish thing. You know, that is true. I remember who's that dude? Who has like a woman's first name? Madison. Madison, he dated, well, never mind. At least they said he did. So let me keep this going now. So let me break it down. Here we go.
Starting. Okay, he's starting.
Stands by one of the hardest things I've had to handle has been having to be quiet and not express how sorry I am for my actions. I don't take that lightly. I would like to apologize.
Shout out to Cyber. Cyber's in the house.
To Cassie Ventura and her family. That's it so far.
Okay.
Okay, that's the
We
knew we
that.
had to hit. So there's the apology.
I want to personally apologize again to Cassie Ventura for any harm or hurt I've caused her emotionally or physically.
Bad.
Didn't say that, right? For the
not harm,
right?
not right, not any harm I might have
apologize if I offended you.
I apologize
What they're doing is they're reading off what Diddy said in the, in the court. And it's funny to me because we all know he doesn't mean it, right? Y'all know that, right? He doesn't mean that shit at all. If he really meant it, it would have never come to mind to do it. He was putting the smack down on her. Oh, Cyber, I thought I'd wear shades tonight, I thought I'd do the Stevie Wonder tonight.
Jane for bringing you into my mess. I would like to apologize to all the victims of domestic violence. I know that the disgusting video triggered people. I was sick from the drugs.
He's lying. He's lying. Look, you do something for 20 years, right? And then you're trying to convince me that that's not who you are. Sorry, bro. That ain't working for me.
I needed help, but I didn't get the help.
There's the drugs.
So far, not working.
No. Apology, drugs, and then
no. I'm saying so far the needle's not moved at all.
No. But he has to hit these beats.
Judge did say earlier you have not expressed remorse for the Mann Act violations.
Right. I mean, he hasn't expressed remorse at all. But that's how he operates. That's how he is.
He's now showing that remorse.
Well, he's also you got to address that directly.
The transporting
you
of the
got to say, I should
prostitutes?
never have done what I did by hiring prostitutes.
He's not said that.
Right. I mean, that's the funny thing. You haven't seen anything with, what he's trying to do is make it seem like he never did the prostitute thing. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to pretend, he wasn't on that, that Epstein tip. Shout out to Betterment in the house. Here we go.
Correct.
And that's what the judge is asking. That's what the judge is asking for.
Yeah.
The judge has given him a huge signal. You haven't done this yet, sir, and I got to sentence you, and I got discretion. You read the room with the judge, and you say it.
I hate myself right now. I've been stripped down to nothing. I want to apologize to my 7 children.
Shout out to Deontay. You just nailed it. Puffy is only sorry he got caught. Absolutely 100% correct.
I'm so sorry. You deserve better. To my mother, I feel ... You taught me better.
Again, not moving the needle.
No, I got you. But again, you got to hit beats. If you're just
But
waiting for Trump,
but he's got to deal with
Hold on,
panic.
but what it does, it's got to stop the needle from going higher.
Right. But speaking
Here's more. I let down my community. I wanted to show we could take care of our own problems. I got lost. I'm not.
Yeah, he really made. If there's anybody who bashed black men, it's Diddy. He made us look so bad. He made us look so bad. We could have been, you know, King about Epstein and shit. King about Weinstein and shit. Even King about, you know, what was his name? Tate. Andrew Tate and shit. And then this Diddy shit come out. Bad luck. Bad luck. I mean, the only thing we have now is that we just don't do it at the same frequency. Pimping ain't easy. You know? Didn't care about the black, did not care at all about the, you know, way black men look. He just did not give a F. And that's the problem with it. I tried to explain it to everybody in Sharon's group that the worst thing that happened to us is hip hop culture. There's nothing good about it. And anymore, we had a few. It was supposed to be our way out of discrimination, and it turned out to be our prisoner. Oh, you don't think it is? Look at Boosie, Chris Brown, Diddy, DDG, ASAP embarrassing us, cheating on one of the most beautiful black women, or if you want to be accurate, black mixed or exotical women. He couldn't stop cheating. That looks bad. Shout out to Bridget in the house. Cyber Dreams on stage. Deontay in the mix.
Deontay, get your butt up here, Deontay. Don't be in the chat. Come on now.
She'll be nice.
I like Deontay. He good. He cool. We don't hate men.
Betterman asked, is Diddy 11 years or 50 months? 50 months. That's all they got. Yeah. And he'll be out in 3 years.
So I got a question. You said that he's making black men look bad, right, Torch?
Oh, really bad, yes.
Is it safe to say that he's the face, he's making black men the face of buying it?
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah.
I mean, we already got the passport bros with
right.
their debauchery.
Yeah, he is. I mean, this is the thing that gets me, Cyber, is the fact is the sad part is he didn't have to do it. There was not, he already, I mean, he literally, somebody, you could argue he was the king of hip hop.
Maybe the king of exploitation.
Now,
you heard the rumors about 112, how he did Lil Kim. Like he's been bad for business for a long time, right?
That's a damn good point. Yes, he actually has been. He actually has been. I think what you're saying is that he's really a manifestation. What you were seeing is his manifestation. It wasn't enough for him to exploit artists, you know, and dog them out. He had to do this at a higher scale.
Take that, take that, take that.
Oh, we having fun tonight, y'all. We having fun. No, you gotta say that with confidence, Darnell. Like
yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You know,
I was trying to put on a Diddy voice, you know.
Yeah,
like in the old school videos. Take that, take that, take that.
Yeah, I'm sure. What's his name? The other rapper, Susie Bear in the house. The one who went to jail but got out. Who was he?
Shit, Tory Lane's still in jail.
Yeah. What was his name? Welcome Betterment. What was his name?
I mean, which one, DJ? I mean, there's a lot of them that go to jail.
I know. He was banging a lot of rappers. Oh, it almost came out. The one that was the tape of. Who was that?
You talking about Sean?
Wait, not Shine. Not Shine. It's what's his name? Hold on. I'll look. Well, you guys can chat.
Take that.
Oh, you say it better than I do.
Only 3 years. Only 3 years.
Basically, at the end of the day, because he stayed in for one.
I know that the racketeering was dropped, but the sex trafficking stick. You wouldn't have think that he will serve at least 30 years.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, to me, I think the ass whooping he did on Cassie, that should have got him at least 5 years.
Well, the DA couldn't prove. They couldn't prove he forced these women. Prostitution in this country is illegal. So, what is the average time for a John that get caught?
Right.
That's what they gave him.
But he wasn't. But he wasn't charged as a John, though. He was charged with violation of the Mann Act. Yeah,
which is being a pimp, right?
Yes. The history of the violation or the history of the Mann Act is like, I'll be honest with you, it was a politicized tool, and it was honestly to go after a former heavyweight boxer by the name of Jack Johnson, who was married to a white woman. Yeah. And
Darnell, you mean MAN Act Man?
Yes.
Is that like an acronym for something? Or
no. I believe it might be MANN. Might be 2 N's in there. But yeah, the Mann Act. It was originally to go after Jack Johnson, who was married to a white woman. You know, he was bringing her across every time he would fight. He would bring her across state lines and stuff like that. And they went after him.
I think I heard of him, Jack Johnson.
Yeah, he was the first black heavyweight champion of the world.
So, Darnell, what's the Mann Act? What is that?
The Mann Act, if you traffic a woman across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. You know, so I'm in Arizona. Let's say if I brought a woman to California for the purposes of sex, or pay for play, I should say, then I would be in violation of the Mann Act.
Damn, them passport bros better watch it.
Yeah, but you know they're not going to listen.
Yeah,
they're going to continue to do what they want to do, and they don't play by the rules. We should already know that. So I don't even I let them do what they want to do until they get caught.
Good point. Yeah.
See, but him being labeled as the face of, he was on these forums, right? Talking about black economics and all this crap, right?
Mm-hmm.
The powers that be that claim that, they try to keep the black man down, whatnot. Him being the face of prostitution as a John is more detrimental to the collective black man than people really realize.
Right.
Look at Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah, he got taken down real easily. That was no problem.
The common denominator is black men buying women.
Right.
But I mean, it's not just black men. I mean, all men. There was a man by the name of Cuba Dave in the days before the Passport Bros. Cuba Dave, he was notorious. In fact, he actually went to jail himself, and he was a white man.
I get that. I'm objective though now, but I'm saying the national media, like Fox News, every news was playing this Diddy stuff, or like, oh, Diddy this, Diddy that, TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy that you're talking about,
he's a celebrity.
You know, he gonna stay the he gonna keep, you know, Darnell gonna stay. He gonna stay on that black man code. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not black man code. It's just, I'm just going to be honest with you. Unfortunately, when it comes to men, unfortunately, you know, when there is a lack of access to sexual relations, that does drive up the numbers on paying for sex. I mean, it's supply and demand.
Let me read this message real quick from Angela Reddick. She says, Diddy's money and connections got him a slap on the wrist. All that begging the judge was performative. You know, that's true. And the thing is that the sad part is a lot of other dudes out there are going to think they can do the same thing. They're going to think they can do the same thing. Oh, I can be gangster. And if I do get caught, I only have to be in, you know, prison for a couple of years. You think they're not going to eat that up? That concerns me.
Well, so let's look up what P. Diddy was found guilty.
I know what he was found guilty of, and I'm just saying overall, spiritually, it's a bad look. What I mean is that, yeah, I know that, you know, if he was charged as if he was an average John who got caught, or, you know, was a low-level pimp who got caught. The bottom line is this, is that the optics looks horrible, especially after watching him beat the living crap out of Cassie on video. And then all these weird stories about how he treated other people.
Mm-hmm.
And let's forget the pimping altogether. The assault on Cassie should have got him 5 years by itself.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, he was charged by the feds. So the feds typically don't handle DV.
Right. But see, that's the thing, is somebody should have handled the DV. Because what's going to happen is that it's teaching men they can literally get away on live TV of beating the living crap out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And
but here's the thing, they don't have Diddy money. The average, you know, man doesn't. So
the problem is statistically, they don't need Diddy money. Statistically, these dudes get let go, you know, anyway. In fact, because a lot of the times the victim still stands up for them.
Well, that can be true too.
Yeah, I mean, you are absolutely right. His money helped.
Can I read this message?
Oh, go by all means.
Angela Reddick. The bigger picture is that black men are officially labeled degenerates in Diddy and R. Kelly. I believe I can fly. Are the face of it in other races, to other races. That's what I'm saying. And what Trump is doing with the National Guard, you guys have to look at things outside of what we're actually looking at. You got to see the end game to it. You know, they say black men don't have foresight. You know, black people, period, don't have foresight, right? So this collectively is like, what are we going to do? How can we restore our image after all of this year? We almost at to the new year, right? With all of these famous black men. Look at what's the guy that beat the white girl? What's his name? What's the Catholic? What's his name?
Which one?
Majors. We got the Majors, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Major.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't beat her. He was trying to get away. I mean, we saw the tape. Come on.
But he still got found guilty for DV.
And the worst thing about it is Megan Good married him. And I bet he's being right now.
Jonathan Majors got railroaded through, man. He tried to.
He really did.
But you guys are arguing the semantics of things.
It's not semantics. The man was running. The man was trying to get away. And she was chasing him down.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask the man on the panel. So, as a man, we hear the manosphere talking about man needs to step up. The man is the leader. The man is this. The man is the head. In his situation, if he's a leader, why is he running from a woman when a woman is considered subservient, to a man?
Subordinate.
Yeah. Let me just say this real quick. Cause I've had two situations like, well, not like that before, but where a female wanted to get physical with me, and I got up and left. What is a man supposed to do? Stand there and just take it right back?
You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
You should have chose better. You should have chose better.
I did chose better. Jonathan Major should have chose better, but he made the right decision by bouncing. But I do understand what you're saying, though.
But you're a leader, right? Right? You leaders have logic and discernment and all this crap that they say that these men have.
Well, but the thing is that
if you are put in a situation like that, what was I supposed to do? What was Major supposed to do? You supposed to just sit there, cross his arms, and let her beat on him? You saw what Jason did.
Call 911. Call 911.
But that's not leadership, though,
right?
I mean,
and get her dismissed, right?
Okay, wait, everybody, hold on 1 second. This is the issue. It's not what happened at that time. It's what was happening before. They were both toxic. The problem is John's not supposed to be toxic. He was supposed to be the stable one. That's I think the point that Cyber's trying to make is like, if he's a leader, that shit don't even happen. He either is not with her or she's acting right.
What they say, Torch, drop her and get a new one, right?
Right.
The first red sign, you can't, these 3 old foes, you're supposed to drop them and get a new one.
I mean, but that's the thing, though, DJ. We all saw, say, the footage of Sha'Carri Richardson beating the hell out of her man in the airport, and he was trying to get away.
He should have dumped her at the first sign of aggression.
Right.
But how do we know when was the first? We're on the outside looking in. We don't know the first sign of aggression. That could have been the first grind.
No, that wasn't. As comfortable as she was beating on him in public like that, let you know that she's done this before. And they were just possible. Trying to go to the airport again 2 days ago. So this is all on him now. Because she tried to get him locked up. She lied to the police on talking about some he's back for her, so this is on him. This is the same way that we always talk about it's on the woman when she goes back to guys that beat her. This is on him. For if anything happens, it's on you, dog.
Thank you, Dante. Thank you, Dante.
I didn't know that she was back, or he got back with her. I had no idea.
No, isn't Jonathan Majors married to Megan Good?
No, they're talking about somebody else.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry?
basically,
they're talking about Sha'Carri Richardson's boyfriend.
Yeah, because the whole thing that we were talking about is, okay, I mean, what do you do when you're in a situation like this where you're dealing as a man with a woman that's hostile? Like, the only thing you can do at this point is run, but that is not leadership quality. Leaders don't run.
Leadership's supposed to dump her and get a new one.
No,
basically the thing is that
you got to remember in the heat, in the moment while it's happening, while she's doing the beating, he has to look. I don't understand why we're even talking about this. He left. What's wrong with that? I know a bunch of guys who've been in situations like that, and you know what's funny about it? That actually makes the female even more mad when the guy leaves and doesn't fight her. When he just leaves and bounces, drives away. She get more crazy.
Deontay, can I ask for one thing?
That's very true.
One small thing. In references, in most references, can we, instead of saying the female, can we say the woman?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not. I don't disrespect nobody like that, but I know what you're saying. All right.
Okay, y'all can keep talking. I'm looking up something right now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just trying to bring up, the hypocrisy. That's all.
I mean, well, there's always hypocrisy in the world,
There Darnell go. There he go.
It's just true.
Listen, we in the YouTube streets, yo. We in the YouTube streets, yo.
Yeah, if black men can be hypocritical, we can too.
It's not
what they say about the DV. What they say about DV. Women should leave, right? What they say about femicide. Women should leave. Women should choose better. You pick Pookie and Ray Ray, right? That's what they say about women.
Well, I mean, but you have to acknowledge that there is a ring of truth. Let's look at Cardi B, for example, who decides to have a child with Stephon Diggs.
Well, that's Cardi B.
That's a money baby, though. Like, you got to understand, that's a money baby.
That ain't no money baby.
That is. These guys she's getting pregnant by are rich. Like, that's a money baby.
And how many other children? And how many other children does Stephon? There's my point, DJ. Thank you for making it. How many other children does Stephon Diggs have? She even made a joke about it.
It doesn't matter. He gonna pay for that one too.
So he ain't gonna be rich. No, I mean the money gonna run out.
Oh, I got a good one. What about that guy that played for the Timberwolves? What did he do?
Which one?
What's his name? The young one. Yeah, he paid her 1 point something up front.
Million?
Yes.
It's actually cheaper that way.
Yeah, that's one guy. But you heard the story of Travis Henry, star running back, I believe he ran for 2,000 yards one season. Had like 20 kids.
Yeah, that's on him.
That money, it was.
That money's gone.
It's gone.
You better keep running, huh?
No, he's in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he had so many. He filed for bankruptcy. I believe he had 11 or 12 kids, and he got caught with
20.
Yeah,
he had 20 kids.
20, damn. I know he got caught moving folks, man.
A man with money, he has access to a plethora of knowledge. You agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, investments, yeah.
So why are men with money procreating recklessly like this?
Right.
Well, I mean, not every man with money. You have to remember, not every man with money is wise.
I'm not arguing the semantics of it. I'm saying a man with money has access to knowledge that the average person doesn't have. He has access to smarter people, better venues, better food, better everything, right?
No, that's not necessarily. It's like as the book of Proverbs would say, a foolish man with money shall soon part with it.
Also, you need to also factor in a lot of these guys, especially in the entertainment world. The reason why they make bad decisions, especially with their money and whatever in life, they make their money off of their talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't make their money because they were somehow really smart or genius. The smartest thing they did was to stay disciplined at their skill, rapping, or sports, whatever. But I think that's a societal problem as well. Because look at Elon Musk, and Nick Cannon. They're really smart, really successful people. Elon Musk, one of the richest men ever lived. And he having babies everywhere without getting married.
Well, we're not worried about Elon Musk. He's from a different community, so.
No, but
I mean, but it's important because we
wait, everybody, let me pause it for 1 second. Let's take a look at this video right here. This is a basketball player, guy who had a lot of he was gonna be the pros. Check it out.
Young basketball star, a courtroom packed with tension, and a judge with the power to decide whether his future would be on the court or behind bars. What happened next left the courtroom stunned. The teen looked in disbelief and then dropped to the floor when he realized his freedom was gone. This is the story of Tony Farmer, a rising talent whose basketball dreams collided with the reality of the justice system. Tony Farmer wasn't just any high school athlete. He was one of the top basketball prospects in the country. He was supposed to be the next big thing. But one night, Tony made a series of decisions that would forever change his trajectory. An altercation with his girlfriend escalated, and it didn't end there. Not only was there physical harm, but investigators uncovered disturbing text messages and threatening behavior that painted a much darker picture. What looked at first like a rising star's mistake quickly turned into a serious criminal case.
Believe it or not, the initial attack was, horrific and bad enough. But it was what he did afterwards, what got him, what got him. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just gonna keep spinning it. Here we go, folks.
And no amount of basketball talent could erase the evidence. When Tony walked into court, many believed he'd be given a second chance. After all, he was young. He had a future. His relatives even pleaded for leniency. Even the victim expressed a willingness to forgive.
I don't know what was wrong with him that day.
I mean, and this is the point I was trying to bring up. Tony Farmer at this time in his life does not have the Diddy money. Now, let me make it clear. What Betterment was saying is true. His money did chopped off at least another 5 years. But in this situation, believe it or not, in court, when it comes to domestic abuse, the biggest, the most powerful currency is the victim for the perpetrator. In most cases, the victim can get the charges dropped, and soon thereafter, he's back to using that victim as a punching bag. This happens so freaking much. Let's listen to what she's saying here.
I know he was a good person. I hope he still is. I hope he learns from this. He really needs help. I don't think Jelly gives him that.
But this judge was different.
And you know what? Do you want to know something? She did him in. She didn't do him in by snitching on him or anything like that. But everybody could see how damaged she was. They saw a woman who has been broken. They've seen a woman who's been repeatedly damaged. She don't have to say shit. So really it backfired letting her up to defend him. It's kind of like when you get punched in the mouth and your mouth is bleeding, say, that didn't hurt. Let me keep it rolling. Here we go.
She was unwavering, determined to enforce the law and to send a clear message. Talent does not exempt you from accountability. Tony Farmer stood before the judge, confident that his talent and charm could sway the outcome. Some would say he believed himself untouchable, a young man who thought the world was his for the taking. But there was one thing Tony overlooked. The judge had seen everything, not just the footage, but also the text messages and threats. And she wasn't about to let him walk free. The moment of truth arrived. The courtroom went silent as the judge began reading the sentence. The words hit like a thunderbolt. Tony's face froze in disbelief.
Threats are real bad.
Look at that face, man.
That's the face when you know you done wrong.
That's the find out face.
Messed up.
Listen, can we in 2025 in October just get rid of men are logical? Can we just stop it?
Right, because recently these men been acting real emotional. More so to the point they've been more emotional than women.
Well, there is a ring of truth to that.
No, human beings are emotional. Let's just. I think they say that just to subjugate women. That's why they do it. We're humans. Everyone's emotional.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that. I can't. You're right. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own
And I think men that are way more emotional than women, because look at the domestic violence attack on women.
I mean, better men. Look at gang violence. Look at gang violence.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but DV actually it's been proven. It's mostly women.
Oh, you better not say lesbian couples. You better not.
It's the truth.
You gonna die on that hill. He gonna die on that hill, Torch.
Let me start playing this. Let me start playing this.
Men do
His
not.
body gave way under the
problem
weight
is
of
men do not
reality.
take
The
accountability
once
for their
celebrated
actions.
star dropped to the floor,
And some women
stunned
do it.
and
A lot of
broken.
women do it too.
In case 562027, that the defendant shall serve a term of 3 years, which is the minimum on count 1 of that. As to count 2 in that case, felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree, it is ordered that the defendant shall serve a term of 2 years in prison on that count. As to count 3 of that case, the robbery, which is also a felony of the 2nd degree, the court orders that the defendant shall serve a term of 2 years on that count as well.
I'm sorry to laugh, but that's just great.
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing. I mean, you expect to beat the living bejesus out of somebody and then continue to threaten them over a time period. I'm sorry. Bye. And
now, I bet you they say that this judge was racist. I bet you they say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where this came from. Don't get me wrong, there have been black men who have been wronged, but in most cases, this is where they get that, oh, the man's just trying to hold me down theory from. I mean, it's clear why he should go. And I guarantee you, people told him to stop, whether it was a young lady herself or other people. They told him, I bet they told him over and over again. So young man, get off that floor, put in your time, make yourself a better person.
I haven't finished.
I mean,
he's so immature.
Says, why he look like Google is about to fall?
How many years is he serving? I'm sorry.
She hasn't finished yet. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here.
Orders that the defendant shall serve a term of 9 months in prison on that count. These terms are going to be served concurrently, which means that the defendant is in effect going to spend 3 years in prison. As part of your sentence, Mr. Farmer, you are subject upon your release from prison to a period of post-release control to be supervised by the adult parole authority. On the felony of the 1st degree conviction, this is mandatory and it's for a period of 5 years. On the felony 2 convictions, that is felonious assault and robbery, this is a mandatory term and it's for a period of.
Want to know something? They're saving this man's life. He's young enough that he can turn it around. And I'll tell you what I mean is this: he wasn't going to stop. He wasn't going to stop. So that's that. A lot of people, they don't realize judges look at that as a way to make a decision. Does the judge really believe you're going to stop doing what you're doing? He beat the young lady up at least once, probably more than that, and then started threatening her after he beat her up, and kept doing it, because it's not one threat's not going to put you in prison for 4 years. It's the pattern.
So let me ask you this, Torch. What caused this young man to have this disposition?
Logic.
Well, that's something that nobody can really know that unless you like sit down and interview him. And he won't
I mean,
talk
I
about
can
that.
I can hypothetically say it. Black male culture.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
Wait. Give me 1 second, Darnell. Then I'll let you to rock out. Men aren't. Susie Bear says men aren't logical. Anyone who wants to chop off, ATE, of women for cheating takes away their rights. Yep. Is emotional and irrational. Yep. So basically, what Susie Bear is saying, like, if you watch what men do, you can't say they're doing logical things. You can't. The argument, there's no, you can't win that argument. Let's put it that way. Okay, Darnell, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was just going to say, I mean, it's not just black men. There's white men, there's Hispanic men, there's all kinds of men. That we can't just say it's just black men that are beating.
Right, but Darnell, you know something? The thing is that though I perfectly welcome all races of people in my channel, it's primarily here to try to send a message to both black men and women, about problems we need to solve. You see what I'm saying? So
I understand.
So we can't really talk about other races of people because we ain't around them that much. It's not, as 90% of the time, it's not going to be a Caucasian dude playing basketball with a young lady, or a young lady's head on either a wall or whatever he was doing to this young lady.
But
so I'm
Hey,
concerned.
somebody got some reverb going on.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's like a humming.
There is a humming. I can hear it. But I was just gonna say though, DJ, it's like, but then you start falling into the trap of, in my opinion, of white supremacists that are trying to make black men scapegoats, say for crime.
No.
I mean,
wait.
I mean,
ooh, tag me in after this, Torch. Tag me in.
Well, think about it like this, okay? Anybody remember what the hell was his name? Oh, not Jeffrey Dahmer. It was Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was like this clean-cut, good-looking white man that used to like to go around attacking and essaying women, and he
Darnell, can
unalived women.
1 second, Darnell.
Go ahead.
Okay. Unfortunately, and I'm very sad about it too, because I'd rather it be somebody else that's destroying black women. Most of the time, it's not Ted Bundy.
Well, of course, because you're talking about proximity. It's going to be black men that are going to, unfortunately, unalive more black women or SA black women at a higher rate than, say, white men, because black women
the problem
know.
we have is that right now, black men are number one on doing that to black women more than any other race of men to their women.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in first place for that metric. Do you see what I'm saying? So
I don't think so.
The thing is this. I've looked at the stats. We're number one every time I hit Gemini and I put that thing in there, and I put that number in there. I can't find any type of metric we're not number one in when it comes to the DV thing. And I'm not. The problem is not. Maybe if I look harder, I'll find a metric that some other race is beating us in when it comes to that sort of violence, that specific violence, because other races are violent and have other metrics where they win in violence. But the problem I have is that our problem is so strong that I can't argue it. We need to find a way.
Tag me in.
Okay, 2 more seconds. We need to find a way of getting those numbers down, Darnell. That's more important to me than playing the blame game on who's the most worst. You see what I'm saying? That's my thing. So let me go ahead, give Darnell a second, and then I'm tagging you in.
Well, I mean, like I said, DJ, as much as I would love to get the numbers down, you have to remember, human beings, regardless of race, we are the largest predators. We are an apex predator. We're the top of the food chain. You know.
Okay, I'm gonna tag in Cyber. Cyber, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm about to say, Darnell, is not personal. Okay, but the things that you said, I hear it from multiple men. When you hear black men throw in white supremacy, they're trying to rationale the behavior of black men because of white supremacy is, in their minds, considered the worst of the worst, right? I have a problem with using white supremacy
What happened?
I don't know. Somebody got some reverb and I don't know what's going on.
Tab, try muting your mic for just 1 second. Let me see if it's Tab. Tab be having a strong mic.
Like you can't use white supremacy to justify bad behavior from a black men. 1800s. Okay.
Right. Because that's the problem. Because see, that's the point I was trying to make. It's like, let's fix our problem. If let's put it this way. If I'm driving my car around, right? Okay, I'm not worried about if another car is, if another car is fast or slow or whatever. Can I get to point A to point B on time? That's what I'm worried about. And when you bring up,
wouldn't a logical person want to be better than the worst person in the world?
Right. Thank you for bringing that up. The point I want to make is that black men, we should be known for treating women great. We should be known for treating women great, keeping our, and don't get me wrong, I understand, and that's why I'm not going to even bring up like jobs or something like that. Let's just focus on, can we treat our own women better than other races treat theirs? Can we beat them out with just that metric alone? And believe it or not, we get more respect. We get simply just that. Because other stuff, I understand it's out of our power. If some guy tells you, if you go try to get a job and the dude tells you, no, because of your shade of skin or something, there's nothing, I understand there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But what we can do as black men is simply treat Black women better. We drop the numbers down. We bring up our value doing that, because I'm sorry, beating up women doesn't increase your value. It does not increase your value at all. So we have to, that's the first thing we need to do. Because I'm sorry, there's just not enough Sha'Carri Richardson examples out there for us to be putting up the numbers we're putting up. Now, do other races of people do violent stuff? Absolutely, absolutely. But we aren't supposed to be competing with them. We're supposed to be treating people, including men, should be treating both men and women with respect.
If it makes Darnell feel better, we can say that white men are on top of school shootings. If that makes you feel better.
No, but see, I can't give them that, because prior to the civil rights movement, Black men had the numbers. They claim that, oh, we built this country and all of this stuff, right? Why aren't we, as Black men, running certain industries if we built this country? We have the numbers. We had the numbers.
No, ma'am.
We should be more than 13% of this country, but we're not.
No, we're not, due to birth control, several other policies, immigration.
See, but I'm talking about prior to all of that. Prior to all of that.
But even prior to all of that, you can look up any census. Go back to any census. We've never had the numbers. That's just not true. The most we've ever been was 18% of the country.
Well, the numbers I'm talking about is lower numbers for hurting women. That's what I'm focused on.
Well, I mean, DJ, like I said, the thing is I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you that, hurting women.
Wait. Who is that?
I think.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Sorry.
Okay, better. Yeah, if you're not talking,
I forgot
just go
to
ahead.
mute my mic. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, just put it on mute. There you go. Okay.
So what I was saying was, like I said, I mean, when it comes to hurting women and things of that nature, you're right. I mean, I don't like to see women getting hurt and things of that nature, but to say that it's Black men doing all the hurting and all this other stuff, it's just not true. Like I said, because the thing is,
let me stop you there. In our community, it is true.
In our community, but again, it's proximity. It's proximity. That's all it is.
But that's not. I'm sorry.
If you go to the white community
now, but the proximity thing is not a good enough excuse. It's not a good enough excuse. We need to do better.
DJ,
we need to treat women better. We need to be more respectful. We need to focus on what will make, with the premise and of proximity, right? With the premise of other stressors out there. What can we do to not do what this guy right here is going to prison for? What can we do? That's what we need to focus on. I understand your point. It in the global leak thinking of things, we don't want to be vilified, but at the same time, we're making it hard for other groups of people not to do that. I mean, they see what we do to our women. They know we ain't doing it to them.
Right,
DJ, but here's the problem is that, okay, you go to the white community and it's the same thing. It's going to be white men abusing more white women than Black men or any other demographic of men because of proximity.
I understand that, but that's not a good enough excuse.
See, but you got to understand, white women didn't take it. They had the suffrage movement in the 1800s. See, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is when Black men talk about Black women, they always.
You dropped out.
Men men used to be. Black men were more economical, more moral.
Can you go back a little bit? You dropped out for like a few seconds.
10 seconds, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said black men in this space always want to go back to the 50s to tell black women what we should have been. They use the 50s as an example of what we should be now. So, but they never to them. So in the 50s, in the 40s, black men were more economically independent. They were more morally stable. We didn't have all the gangs. We didn't have all the drugs. We didn't have any of this. This is why I'm saying that as the black men had the numbers, we had the Million Man March. That was all black men. We had a lot of things going, and then for some reason, they divorced that and went to this black male culture that we have today, which is sex, drugs, violence, and pimping. This is what you guys wanted.
Back then, black men, we wasn't that great either back then. Back then, we abused our women too, and we also had kids, and a lot of black men had kids. They cheated on their wives and had kids throughout the whole city too. So we gotta put that in there too.
That's true. I mean, you look up the story of Fannie Lou Hamer. She is a prime example of her husband just walking out on her back in the 40s, walking out on her and her kids, and his family.
I don't think y'all really get what she's saying, because she's right. Like it's always going to be a section of our people, no matter what race you are, but just us in general, right? Black people who are going to be involved in that bullshit type stuff. You know the way around it. But in mass, generally the majority of us, we were better back then, and it's a reason why. It's a reason why we're in the position that we are now. And I just want to just touch on one thing. We never owned anything in this country that would create something that's powerful enough where we could actually run parts of this country. They would never allow us to do that. They allow us to be CEOs, president. We can start a company, they'll just come and take it over illegally or illegally. We all know the stories of the Black Wall Street in Tulsa. It was actually 5 of them across the country. They went there and burnt that down just because they were pissed that we was making our own stuff from our own people. Like, we got the money in the intelligence, PhDs, everything you need, the engineering, everything we need to build our own everything in this country right now, but they would not allow us to do it. Like, trust me, like, why would you let somebody build an empire inside of your empire? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they're not going to let that happen. That's why we got to have our own space.
I agree with that to a certain extent, because even though we had Black Wall Street, which was rebuilt in 3 years, it was rebuilt. All of the cities that burned down, they were rebuilt. But one thing we didn't have was industry. If those people back then would have came together and said, okay, we're going to create an industry that's going to last for hundreds of years, like DWP. All of these industries that we use today were created. And since we were here and because we were fighting for civil rights and social rights, right? We didn't have enough. I want to say, I'm sorry to say this, but we didn't have enough fortitude to come together and say, okay, what industry are we going to create for our people? We don't have that now. We don't have industry now.
It just wouldn't. It never would have happened. I mean,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
I mean, well, you just have to look at the facts. Anytime you guys mention Black Wall Street, destroyed. Anytime we built something, we moved out west. Back in the 1800s, we moved out west after the Civil War. We moved out west to escape the South. Anytime there's a black town, they used the railroads, put them in the black towns, and got us up out of there. Every time we tried to build something, it just, was destroyed. So, you can't say that, industry, because it just never would have survived. It never would have happened. Yeah,
and that's right, Darnell. And the thing what you're saying, exactly what you're saying is right, because they're not going to let, and this is where the white supremacy part comes in. Okay, they're not going to let anybody create a power inside of their country. The only way you can come in here, the only way you can come into America and have your seat at the table of the power table is if you are bringing something with you from your homeland. That's why China, that's why Israel, Russia, even India now, even the Middle East, freaking Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all sitting at the power seat in America now. They don't have like power.
But the problem is, this country, this wasn't the white man's country to begin with.
So, but see, that shit right there,
is the Native Americans let white people steal this country from them.
They didn't let them take it.
They had no choice. They didn't have the weapons.
Yeah. You gotta understand, like, a lot of times black people go back to that as well. Like, this ain't their country. No. If I come and take your car, pull you out of your car, tie you up, and shoot you in the chest, that's my car now. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they
but I think you guys not understanding what industry is. Industry helps everyone. Like we had on the East Coast, they had before the boycott, they had transportation, right? We could be running transportation to this day, but what happened?
No, that's what
they didn't burn down all the buses. No, we wanted to integrate. We wanted to integrate and be on their buses. We was running the East Coast with our bus lines. Like black people were doing big things. What happened?
No, I agree with
that. In 2025, we could be controlling the transportation industry in 2025. The Department of Transportation wasn't created till like 20 years later.
Well, earlier you said industry, but bus line, that's a service. That's service.
It's part of transportation industry. Transportation is a big thing in this country.
Yes, but that falls under the service industry. That's a whole different thing from producing products. You know, when you're producing products and things, like I said, let's face it. Now that you have things are a lot different now than they were back in the 50s, but today you have free trade, and it's just cheaper to have something made, say, in China.
Let's think about it like this. There's a gaming industry, right? It's called gaming, but they're not building anything. It's just, what would you call it?
You're talking about gambling, right?
But it's still a gaming industry.
Right? You're talking about gambling? You're talking about gambling?
Yeah, nobody's making anything, right?
That's dominated by Native Americans.
But no, what I'm saying is this. I don't think it is. I think that's not a fact. But basically, let me say what I'm saying. There's still a gaming industry. It's still called a gaming industry, but they're not producing a product. They are as far as entertainment is concerned. Mm-hmm. But no, it's not. And I understand you might think Native Americans run it, but that's no. Maybe in some others, maybe here and there, because obviously Native American land can have casinos. But for the most part, I'm sorry, that's not true. The people I see, the owners of these casinos, they're not Native American.
Yeah, well, but you're in Vegas. That's a whole different area. Like here, being a white guy, I can't open up a casino here unless it's on. I got to prove I'm a Native American. I got to be on his Native American land, because being here where I live at in Arizona, you have to be Native American to operate a gaming facility.
But Darnell, that's not even an argument, though. I think most people will tell you that, at best, maybe 10% of Native Americans own the overall gaming industry.
I think it's much
larger
than that.
Now, maybe like in some land that if you live on Native American land, that's a different thing. He said to explain the thing as violent music before.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, like I said,
I mean, the answer is no. Most of the people who are making most of the money off of gaming are not Native American. That I can say with, and I mean everywhere. I mean New York. I mean everywhere. It's not Native American. I wish it was. I wish it was.
Even in New York, I don't think gambling's legal in New York. I don't think.
No, it is. Are you kidding me?
No, because I think they had to go to Jersey, New Jersey.
I mean, I'm still saying. I mean, okay, never mind.
Let's look at entertainment industry, right? What is it about the black mind where we cannot dominate the industries? We don't have the distribution. We don't have any of the companies. Even Prince was coming out saying that. You know what I'm saying? Tory Lanez sold his album by himself for $1. He made $1 million in less than 5 minutes. What is it about the black mind where we cannot focus on industry and dominate?
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, you're right, especially.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Oh, was that for me?
No.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Angela wanted some violent music. I gave it.
Well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna digress. Okay, black men claim that we built this country. You hear that a lot, right? Betterment.
Yeah.
Before the immigrants came over here, why are we not dominating the construction industry?
I don't know, but one thing I know for sure, we should have been dominating the tech industry. We should have the most powerful technology in the world. We should have been on the level of Wakanda. Look at all the technology that we built: the street lights, the GPS, Zoom. Those are invented by black people. WhatsApp was invented by a black woman. So we should have been on the level of Wakanda right now. But we're too busy focusing on hair, makeup, and all that stuff. We're losing sight of who we are as a people and trying to get a hold of what we invent and trying to recreate that into something better. We're not doing that as a people. We're focusing on something that is not important, like hair and makeup.
But Betterment, here's the problem: is that even construction not even dominated by white men. Yes, the construction
they're
companies
dominated by Hispanic men.
Correct, but they're cheaper. That's the problem.
No, but you're missing the time though.
Element. You're talking.
We were here before. Black men were here before Hispanic men.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
it does.
They wasn't hiring black men for the construction work.
You know, we can do better in construction too. We can use the technology to actually construct structures that look like for instance, look at what Japan, China, look at their structures. Like they're 100 years ahead of us in technology. And
they said black men, we were just sharecroppers and farmers. Why aren't we dominating the food industry?
Wait, hold on a second. Betterment is hitting it right on the head. What we arguing about or debating about is it's a medium to it. What Betterment is saying, she brought up Japan, China, even Wakanda, which is a fictional place thought of by a white man, but still, where was Wakanda at, right? It was in Africa with Africans. Where's Japan at? It's in Asia with the Japanese, China. They don't have any group outside of themselves stopping them from doing anything. We live in a country where, like you said, the WhatsApp, the internet, all of this stuff, most of the stuff that black people create in this country is under the umbrella of a company or somebody who is investing in them or owns it. Most of these companies, you work with these tech companies, if I get a job at Google and I invent something, in my contract that I signed, they own that. They'll give me props and everything for recognition for it and a percentage or something, but they own the rights to it. I mean, it was the slave who invented the cotton gin, and a white man patented it. He's like, why do you care about a cotton gin, Mr. White Man? You ain't got to pick these damn cotton. It's because they don't want anybody to have, any of us to have any power over anything.
But Dante, you're talking about a small majority of people in a certain area. So you're telling me that prior to the Civil War, right? That once the Civil War happened and the South lost, right? That the whole country, the U.S. was fighting against black people. That's what you're telling me?
I'm talking about
yes.
Yeah, the people who
you have to remember Plessy versus
you guys
Ferguson.
have drunk the you guys have drunk the propaganda Kool-Aid.
Here's the thing. We should have been way ahead of China now with technology. Like it's so sad that our way of thinking is backwards. It's really backwards.
So you want to dismiss Plessy versus Ferguson?
But
here's black
the
people
thing,
were second-class citizens. We can't vote. We had no power in government. We couldn't do a damn thing.
But look at what.
But the Civil War happened. When the Civil War happened.
Yes, and they found a way to bend the rules. The Compromise of 1877.
And we should be doing the same thing, bending the rules. Ain't nobody stopping us. We're still inventing things. But we should be inventing things on a level that nobody else has done before.
By creating an industry that's needed for all people.
We should be on Star Trek level, to be honest with you.
Okay, yes, we could be and we should be, but they're not going. Okay, this is an example. There have been so many times people have come up with different ways of making engine go 100 miles off of just a gallon, cures for things. The reason why we don't live in a world where we still dependent on oil and gas is because these industries, white people who own these things, they do not want that to go away. It's easier to control people when you control the natural resources. So why would I create a piece of energy that can power the entire country for free when I can make people work every week and pay this bill? They don't want that to happen like that. And the white people that create their own problem, because like you said, better than now, China done became the number one country in the world because they don't play that. But if we were in our own space, we wouldn't have this problem. Like they circumvent everything that we do. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and you can see it throughout history.
But that shouldn't matter, though. Everybody's gonna be watching what we do. That shouldn't matter.
So let me ask this then.
What should matter is that we should be keeping it on moving forward. We should not worry about what other people might do to us or sabotage us or whatnot. Our community should be better than what it is now. We should not be making excuses of, oh, the white man's gonna do this, what he's gonna do. We should the Hispanics know that there's racism, but that didn't stop them from making bodegas all over the black community.
Okay, no, I understand.
So my question is, how can someone circumvent an industry?
Well, I was just saying, if you create something and it works, and you can see everybody is going to benefit from this, right? Then what they'll do is first they'll try to buy it from you, and if you don't sell it, they'll sabotage you, make you look like you're crazy in the public. I mean, look at what happened. Like, just look at something simple like let's go to the music industry, right? But you're right, we should be running the whole music industry, like especially not even just rap, the whole music industry should be ours. That's all intellectual property of ours. It's ran by Jewish people, and what they do, they take people like Puffy and Jay-Z and them, and they let them be the face of it to make it look like, oh, they got all this power. Man, listen, Cohen is more powerful than Jay-Z and Puffy is, and that's just in the music. And like you say,
but you got to go back to the blues though. Before the Jews came in and dominated, we had blues, we had rock and roll.
Everybody. Let's pause for 1 second. Sorry to bring it back, but let me bring it back to the end of this video. It's only about a minute, and then we can go back into it. Here we go.
3 years, And on the intimidation of a crime victim, this is for a period of up to 3 years and is discretionary on the part of the adult poll authority.
This was a moment that would be replayed and shared for years, not for his skills on the court, but for the collapse that symbolized the end of his dreams.
The opportunities that were lost, I would just say that he lost them. He certainly threatened her or said that he should have done something more to her. And so that, in addition to what I saw on the tape, was very telling to me. And it was a violation of the no contact order that was put in place to protect her.
Tony served 3 years in prison. By the time he walked out, his classmates had moved on. His ranking was gone, and the basketball world had turned its attention to the next wave of talent. To his credit, he tried to come back. He played some junior college.
Let me pause right there. Look at all the people he hurt. I mean, his family, he hurt them too.
The coaches that believed in him.
Yeah.
That's why he collapsed. When he collapsed like that, he collapsed because he knew all the money that he was going to make in the NBA, the promises he made to his family, to himself, it was right there. Remember, this basketball, this ain't football. He could have been one and done. I remember this dude. He was up in Cleveland. He went to Bedford or Garfield Heights, one of those schools, right down the street from Akron, where I'm at. And it's like, this is crazy, man, because he actually still play overseas now. He played overseas ball, but it ain't nothing like the NBA. That's why he broke down like that, because he saw millions of dollars turn into nothing, and it was all on him.
And that's my point. It's like, you know, violence against women is bad for everybody. It's bad for everybody. And it's a shame that he had to go to prison to find that out. I mean, these women, I mean, his family members here, they are brokenhearted. They are brokenhearted. And it seems like just an extremely selfish thing he did. And see, the thing is that the judge did the right thing. I mean, he didn't give her an option. He kept, the thing is this, it's not just the violent part about beating up the woman who was literally half his size. Literally half his size, is not 1/3. Beating up that little tiny girl who believed in him, but he continued to threaten her and tell her that he was going to do more. What is anybody supposed to do?
But DJ, I'm gonna tell you just real quick. I've had experience around people, especially when I was younger, who had been in these situations as athletes, right? And I'm gonna tell you what happens. A lot of times, especially in our Black community, when these boys are in high school, in college, especially high school, and they're getting ready to go pro, and they know it's coming, their parents, their own parents, like, become subservient to them, almost. Like, it's crazy. Especially whoever their guardian is. It doesn't have to be their mom and dad, it could be their grandma, whoever. They be like, they don't want to, how should I say, punish them. They don't, like, they always, they never hold them accountable for anything. They always let them get away with everything because they're the star. They're the ones that's going to bring the money in. And you see what happens to these guys when they do get to the money. The same thing. Mom can't say shit, dad can't say shit, because this boy is bringing in millions of dollars, you know? So that's why his mom and all of them was breaking down, crying like this, because she probably realized too, like, it was things I could have did with him to keep him from doing it, or at least say something to him when he was younger. But at the same time, like we said before, you can't go in somebody, you can't put your fingers in somebody's brain and control them. They have to be the one to actually make that decision.
All I heard was the Black community coddles these young men because of the hope that they have in these young men.
Well, you know how rare it is to become a millionaire? And then you see so many people from your city, especially if you're from a major city, you see people like Cleveland, hell yeah, they see people all the time go to the pros, especially from the schools they go to, the colleges they go to. They down the street from Ohio State and Columbus. They know it's real.
Yeah, but
it's not like
if we had an industry, we had our own Negro leagues. If we would have kept our own industry, we have the talent. When are we going to realize that the world does not run without Black people?
It just wasn't, the money was not in it. That's why they merged. I mean, Motown was big business, but it catered towards the Black community. You know, they wanted to go to
we
the
didn't
white
have enough
community because
patience.
there's more money.
The Negro League. Can you imagine if we still had a Negro League? No one will watch white folks. They will watch us. Come on.
No,
I gotta spin it up. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Okay, here we go.
He did the interview from a private jet.
Oh boy.
I require a certain type of woman, certain type of standards, look, the whole nine, career, mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to deal with me, a guy like me.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can already tell where this was going.
Is in internet history. Like, this moment essentially just killed his entire shtick. See, Mozzie is addicted to flexing on social media. Now, due to the way he flexes, how in your face it is, it's hard to tell if he's truly wealthy or if this is all an act. Like, we all know broke dudes who know how to make it look good on social media. A couple of months ago, Mozzie took a
good point, Angela. Black millionaires are less than 1% of the 1% of the black population in US.
Break from flexing on social media to flex in person on a dating show. He went on Pop the Balloon with Arlette and BM.
Is she someone that's your type?
You ever been on a private jet before?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Want to find out?
No.
He a greaseball. Oh.
See, that's a smart woman right there. That's what was going on. She knows what's up.
You a cornball.
I don't think there's anybody who doesn't like the idea of flying on a private jet. So she just don't want to fly on a private jet with you.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, money can't unlame you, bro, as they say.
I think he's flexing.
It's my teeth. It's in the grill.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my teeth.
Oh, well.
It's 30K.
no, I'm just playing.
It's 30K in my mouth.
Hey.
You know Mozzie ain't never had nothing because he said it's 30,000 in my mouth, but nobody heard him. So he had to say it again so they know there's 30,000 in his mouth. So
he looked like he got full of boo in his stomach.
Here's the thing. This is how rappers end up in the grave. Because they keep flexing on social media, showing off their money, their cars. You know, and this is how people get them.
Yeah, that's true. Here we go.
So Mozzie came on a dating show leading with money. Now, Mozzie is one of those dudes where he's unintentionally funny. He's a local, right? Everybody is laughing at Mozzie but Mozzie. Like, Mozzie believes that people is looking at him and they're seeing somebody who deserves to be admired and is great admiration. But no, people are looking at Mozzie and they are laughing at him, all right? But Mozzie was somebody who was very interested and people wanted to know more about. So they brought Mozzie back and interviewed him about how he felt like he behaved during the show. And in his post-interview, it was much more of the same shtick, bro. All right, he did the interview from a private jet.
Oh boy.
I require a certain type of woman, certain type of standards, look, the whole nine, career, mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to deal with me, a guy like me.
Okay, all right.
So obviously we see you are in a, is that a jet? Is that a private jet that you're in?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Okay, just so you know, these are the this young lady is a host of the Pop the Balloon. And I believe this is her husband.
He's just constantly like, hey, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. What a loser. Look, man, it's not even that he is a loser. He's just behaving like a loser. And why is he behaving like a loser? Guys, what do we talk about this almost every day, bro. Seeking validation from others. When you seek it, you always, whatever you chase, you get the opposite, bro. So when you seek validation.
In other words, it's like this. If you have to tell people you're a certain way of if you have some certain positive qualities or don't have some certain negative qualities, then unfortunately it looks weird to other people. It looks like you're lying.
Validation, you look lame, you look corny. When you're desperate for anything, it escapes you. And that's what bro's doing here. Nothing's wrong with spending your money. You can't take it with you when you're gone. Best believe.
There is something wrong with just spending your money. I cannot work that past.
It looks like he's wearing tinfoil around his neck.
But just like they say, the 304s have an aesthetic, so do these black men.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
They are meant. These are the people who are meant for each other, right? It's another problem that we have. I've seen where we get into these debates about these like dudes like this fucking weirdo dude and these ratchet ass chicks. But at the end of the day, they are for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes, I do. I do.
They're for each other. Like most of us don't deal with these type of people, and if we have, we learned, okay, no, this is a no-go. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they get the most attention. It's as simple as being in a classroom. You got 30 kids in the classroom, 3 of them is bad as hell. They get all the attention. The teacher knows, the principal knows. You know what I'm saying? Not because they're great students, because they want to cause the most problems.
Back in the day, we called certain groups of people cliques.
I wouldn't say it's 3 kids.
We had the
it's around here. It's more like a lot.
We had the nerds. We had the pimps and the pros. We had the popular ones, the players and the playettes, and so basically that's how it rolled back in the day. And so what I think we all agree on is like this dude right here, he is built for what would be defined as ratchet women. I guess that's what we're saying, if you could say that. And that's basically it, where they do their fake thing, he does his fake thing, and they fake out to get together. Is that accurate?
Basically, I mean, in a lot of situations, the money not fake. With these like guys who are actually making, I don't know about this dude, but outside of that, though, you're right. It's like they made for each other. He don't want no real woman. He does not want a highly educated woman who's not out here shaking her ass. You know what I'm saying? Showing her breast. He don't want no chick like that. He pretended like he talking about her career and her. Man, shut the fuck. You don't want none of that. You want these little ratchet chicks with BBWs.
Yeah.
You know?
But this is the representation of black culture, though.
No, see, this is
what it is.
Exactly.
This is what being put. Exactly. And this guy is commentating. He can't even say the truth about what this is.
Right. That's why we're here.
The guy commentating ain't from America.
Oh, he a tether.
Yeah.
Who
commentating on the video?
No, this guy right here in the corner?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like he's from Jamaica or somewhere.
Yeah, but he's black culture adjacent though. Look at his haircut. Look how he talking. Yeah. He a tether.
All right, here we go.
When I get to a certain level financially, there will be evidence. You will be able, as I increase the money that I am earning, you will be able to tell in little subtle ways, I would imagine.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have is why are we so obsessed, especially for a group of people who don't have money? Why are these men so obsessed with appearing, I repeat, appearing to have money?
They love socialism. Because they love socialism.
Because it costs, even when you don't have money, it costs a lot to look like you do have money. So
I bet you his whole outfit came off of Temu too.
I think that's a problem with you know, both the sexes, especially in our community. I mean, there's been plenty of social media influencers that were women touting their wealth, and come to find out they were broke.
I disagree. The men. Go for it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. In fact, one of them right now in Florida is being sued. You know, had all these companies. She was a fraud that was defrauding.
Wait. Now you're thinking, okay, we're talking about an average black woman that's not being sued for being a fraud. We're not talking about a black woman who's being sued for a fraud. We're looking at black women in general. And so you're using this black woman who is being sued for being a fraud as an example of all black women, even though black women are the most employed, or were at least until Trump got into office. And we're the most, and black women. Let me finish. And we're equal with literally equal, if not a little bit more, of making money than their men, which is rare in all other races, that the women makes more than men. So I don't get where you're getting this, that black women are spendthrifts, because I haven't seen that.
No, I'm saying it's on both sides. I'm not just blaming black women. I'm saying it's both black men and black women. You know, the old saying, you know, keeping up with the keeping up with the Joneses. You know, that's what it is.
Well, Torch, I would be on his side on this one too, because like Betterman said about the hair industry, like I'm gonna always go back to industry. Like we have to start running things and running companies, right? If black women chose to not buy our hair from the other nations and make them suffer, we can control the hair industry. Black women do spend a lot of money on their appearance when it's dealing with their hair. So
the word that I'm missing, there's some word called that has.
It is true that black women spend a lot of money on their hair, but I will tell you this: those white hairstylists, they charge more than these black hairstylists, especially for stuff like weaves.
But I'm looking at consumer numbers. We're the number one consumer for this, keeping these companies like the beauty supply, the hair companies afloat.
Yeah, because the black women buy the stuff cheap.
Now, if we choose,
it's not just black women. It's not just black women. I mean,
but that's all I care about right now.
As a whole.
How can black women?
Let me read this out real quick.
Industry.
Let me read this thing out here real quick. Available data and analysis indicate that black men likely have more disposable income than black women, largely due to persistent gender gap. That's what I didn't ask him. I asked him who spent the more money in the community. Because of this, it can be assumed that black men spend more disposable income in total. However, the spending power of black women is a significant driver in the consumer trends and economy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we keeping multiple industries in business. That's what that's saying.
But that's not a good thing. Why are we talking about this like that's a good thing? That's like saying, because we buy Jordans, and we're keeping Nike in business, It's not a good thing.
What she's saying is that if we controlled our own hair industry. See, I'm glad you brought Nike, because that's another one too, where Michael Jordan he maxes out his bonus for Nike he only gets 3% of Nike of Jordan brand. I'm sorry. So if Nike sells $1 billion worth of Jordan in a year, Jordan would get 3% of that. You know, like that's it. So that's what $30 million. So it's like they own it. And get this one: if Jordan decided to leave Nike and start his own shoe company, he cannot use none of the Jordans that already came out. He can't use the Jordan logo, and he'll be in court fighting over if he can even use his own damn last name. Same thing with LeBron.
What does disposable income mean?
It means income that you can spend on entertainment or luxuries.
Like grills and jewelry and watches?
Yes.
Yeah, that does qualify as disposable income, but let's face it, a lot of people think they have more disposable income than they actually have.
Right. Like our friend, like this dude right here. Let's see where he's at.
So if we can compare disposable income per capita, like I will agree, Black women disposable income goes towards their hair.
Right, but that's not really. I mean, you think about it. That's really borderline disposable because I mean you have to make yourself presentable. Now, when they go all out and spend $600, or that's a little bit much, in my opinion. But I ain't got no hair.
Yeah, I mean, but
you know that the Black women fought to silver. They fought in Supreme Court over their hair. So to wear a natural hair, that's a whole court case.
Which you should be able to do. That's a shame that you have to fight.
That's a high.
But
we have the Crown Act in California, so it will stop companies from hair discrimination. And,
We're supposed to, at least in California, but these other people.
Yeah, that's California.
So, Darnell, tell me one thing that the Black man did in the last 15 years to, something similar to the Crown Act.
Something similar to the Crown Act?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of anything.
Nothing that I can think of.
You're comparing an apple to an orange there.
No, I'm not.
You kind of are. I mean, it's like, okay, like, for example, when I was in the Army, for example, they used to use the term fattish hairstyles. That was code word for, black hair. It's like, I don't see men suing, for hair, because for us, I guess it's long hair is really not that important, especially you make your 30s and you're not going to have long hair anyway.
Ghost says, why we acting like other races don't spend a S load on hair? They sure do. I've seen them. I'm witnessed.
Donnell, what did you say before? What did you say about long hair?
Who, me?
No, Darnell.
I said when it comes to men, in general, as we age, our hair starts to thin out, and we typically don't have long hair. There are exceptions to the rule, of course, but for the most part, we don't have long hair. So I can't imagine why we would do something like take an employer to court, for a hair policy, because it probably really doesn't matter to us.
It's not about just having long hair. It's about the texture of your hair that they're looking at. Like, if you're wearing an afro or you're wearing dreads or braids, that's what the discrimination comes in.
Right. Let me read
this.
I
mean, I understand that.
Let me read this message from Eden Liddell. Hold on. Eden Liddell says, but suppliers, distribution, and wholesaling of the hair industry are overwhelmingly controlled by others. Yep.
Bing, bing,
That's
ding,
why
ding,
we're ding, 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 for sure. That's why we're the number one customers, but the wealth goes to others. And I think that Eden brings up a doggone good point. Believe it or not, I think the hair industry and the makeup industry is something that we can realistically, I won't say take over, but really, really, really take advantage of. It's just getting the right connections across the seas, because that's where most of the shit comes from anyway, and being the first choice in our community. I'm telling you, it's a big deal. It's a big industry.
The only reason why I brought it up, Torch, is because I was talking about industry. I'm going to always hone it back to industry, and I think Black women collectively we dropped the ball on that. Black women should be running the hair industry. Period. We do the best hair. We are the best when it comes to hair. We do white people hair, Asian hair. We are the best, and I think we dropped the ball.
Yeah, but
we dropped the ball big time, because I remember in the 90s when I was like a kid, I was in elementary school. We had Black hair salons and nails. Like we were doing nails and stuff like that. And then the Asians started to take over that industry.
They did it
and
cheaper.
I have not seen a Black hair salon unless I go to Oakland or somewhere where there is a Black salon.
We have plenty of Black hair salons where I stay at, but they're overpriced.
Exactly. That's a good point that you just
said. And the reason I don't have locks right now, because the last time I tried to get locks in my hair, the person charged $80, and I said to myself, "Wait a minute, I can't pay $80 for my hair every month." So,
but you got to understand the prices is because we don't control the industry. This is why the prices are the way they are.
I know that, but the girl who did my locks, she wasn't licensed.
Now, if we can come up with a plan to control the industry, prices would be leveled across the board.
But as Tevin just brought up a point, is that the agents came in and they do things a whole lot cheaper. So you're never going to control the price. If somebody is always going to undercut you.
Okay, I got an argument for that. Isn't like a Hyundai a lot cheaper than a BMW?
Yes.
Or a Mercedes?
Yeah.
So
yes,
there's a market for quality work. There's a market for a little bit for luxury. So
yes, but compare the sales of a Hyundai to a Mercedes or a BMW. Compare the sales, and you're going to see Hyundai probably sells more cars than.
No, but the bottom line is this. The bottom line, what I'm trying to say is this: is that there's going to be or should be, or better be, a better quality of service in our community than where you can get elsewhere. And what I mean is that paying a few dollars more ain't gonna hurt nobody. So even if that was true, and the only reason our prices are higher is because we buy less. We buy less from the wholesaler. But if we start buying more, the price drops. That's just what happens with everything across the board. If you buy more Jordans from Nike than, let's say, your friend down the street, more than likely they're going to drop the price you pay down a bit because you're buying more product from them. That's all you have to focus on doing. The problem is that you have to have that starter income to go. And see, the sad part is that Chase Bank was going to do that. They were going to give out $5 billion worth of grant money to black women for a good reason, because Black women, I'm sorry, they run business better than most Black men do, and small business. And black men frowned upon it, and I don't know what happened after that. I don't know where it went, but that could have sparked off some great business for us right there. But basically, the men in our community were jealous because black women were getting the money and not them. And I haven't heard from that since. I don't know what happened.
Well, DJ,
well, I mean, as far as
reason why, hold on, the reason why the reason why the black, not black, but the reason why the hair industry is more for black women, why it costs more, is because two main reasons. One, like you guys said, we don't have a supplier that works with us directly. These Asians and Koreans, they get this stuff from their own people. They make it and they ship it over here, and so of course they get it cheaper because they get it from their own people. Secondly, black people mainly, and probably 99% of all black people who get their hair done, men and women, only go to other black people. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't go to white salons and get our hair done like that. So
no.
So black people can charge a premium rate like that because we're the only ones who do each other's hair.
Listen, not to cut you off, Dante, but you know they have this cancel culture, right? They talk about boycott this. If I'm telling you, if black women in this country would say we're not going to the beauty supply anymore, it will cripple the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just hair. It's not just hair. It's the shampoos that they're selling us. There was these two black girls who discovered that the probiotics and the vitamins that they're selling in the stores wasn't conducive to black women's DNA. They came up with their own stuff. Like they came up with their designated for black women probiotics and vitamins, right? A lot of the shampoos, I'm talking about the shampoos, the hair grease, the edge control, everything. I will admit that black women have dropped the ball when it came to this industry. We should be running.
Yeah, I agree because we shouldn't have built a formula for ourselves.
Exactly.
That will work for our natural hair. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with Cyber Dreams that we did drop the ball and that was our mistake. We shouldn't have, even though we came out with products, for black women, we should have made it even better. Today.
Betterment. I can't say this. I do blame a lot of these people who used to own black-owned hair care manufacturers that sold out to other races of people because it's been a lot of them.
I was about to get to that because that's the thing. They sold their companies to white business owners,
and they messed up and they changed the products and
to fit other races of hair instead of just keeping it within the community and and keep the product black owned, but it didn't happen that way. So we that's the biggest mistake, and that's one of the reasons why we dropped the ball as black women, because we can't be giving our companies away just because somebody offers us something. That is a setup. To me, that's a setup. They're trying to take over our hair products, because that's I've been hearing black women saying that ever since the owner switched up, their hair has been falling out. So my thing is we should not be giving away our companies.
The thing too, Betterment, instead of merging and creating an industry, we want to be individuals, right? Like my face product, I get it from my black woman. She's from Jamaica though, but she sells authentic shea butter, black soap, turmeric soap. She makes it. I buy it from her. It's kind of costly, but it doesn't matter. The price doesn't matter to me because it is the best thing for my face. Like I don't have to wear makeup because I buy her products. Now, can you imagine her product across the United States as an industry? when I'm saying industry, I'm talking about across the entire United States, not just individual things. You know, you got ABC, NBC. They buy up smaller media companies, right? And they come up. If you look up a lot of these companies, they have an umbrella company. That's the industry. This is what I mean.
And yeah, just like ABC, yeah.
Yes. So I am objective. So just because I said about Black women, I can admit where the Black woman have dropped the ball. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, but the thing is too, I'm going to come to the defense of Black women here, I guess. But it's like, you know, unfortunately, Black women are 7% of the population. So you're going to want to cross over. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, it's not even just, you know, a beauty product. I mean, just think of music.
Darnell, that doesn't represent our dollar, though. 7% doesn't represent our money.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
even though
you're right, but the thing
than other groups do on certain things, especially on cars, on clothes. I mean, we outspend groups of people who outnumber us by 2 or 3 times. You know?
Yeah, but to me that's kind of foolish. You know, that's the reason why our net worth is a lot lower than our white counterparts.
It's foolish. It's foolish now because when we had the time to create industries, we didn't. We wanted integration. We wanted social wealth. We wanted to be accepted instead of saying, okay, the best thing for us is economic and independency, right? Now, when you create industries, you open up the door for that. I do not believe that if we create an industry back 50 years ago that all these white people, all these ghosts, whatever these monsters you guys claim taking us down, is going to destroy an industry. I don't believe it.
Well,
I don't think they're that dumb.
I have proof. You know, think of Motown. Think of Motown. All the black music we had mentioned earlier about rock and roll, this and that. Hound Dog was created written by a black woman, sung it. Elvis Presley took that over. You know, his was a lot bigger than hers.
The greatest guitar player was a black woman. Elvis copied his whole style off a black woman.
No, but
that's my point.
Yeah, what you're saying is that's what I meant earlier about the circumvention. Like when we had our own, if we would have kept our own music in our own community, which we really did, if you think about it, we only started with us. But white people loved our music as much as we did. They just didn't like the fact it was coming from us. So
no, they came with a check. Motown, they came, they took. Y'all seen the movie Motown?
We talking about before. Barry Gordy had to do some hardcore ass shit just to get where he was at. He kicked a lot of doors open for us. Before that,
he really did. He used to work for Ford.
Yeah, think about what's the boy's name? Muddy Waters and them back in the day. They never got their just due. Even Ronald Isley. I'm so glad Ronald Isley. I know he in his 80s. I'm so glad that he alive and making money and doing his thing. Because when they played the hell out of him out of his first hit when he was a kid, was the Twist and Shout. Twist and Shout. Man, the Beatles took that over and ran the world over with that song. You know, like Elvis, we already talked about him. The Crew Cuts who took over that song. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the song. I Only Have Eyes for You, which was by the Penguins. I only have eyes. That was by a black group called the Penguins because they thought they was cool. Man, the Crew Cuts took that song over.
No, that was the Flamingos. Was the Flamingos.
The Crew Cuts did, and Earth Angel. That's right. The Penguins did Earth Angel. I'm sorry. Earth Angel, that's another one. Where the white people took that one, and all they did was just copy the song and release it. And white people jumped on that song. Like, but I'm sorry to get frustrated. it was a lot that happened back then that we still don't really know.
But it was the money though, Dante. It was the money. Like I said, there's more white people than there are black people. You know, so even though we may spend more per capita as a whole collective, you know, that's where the money is. We got to get white people in. You know, we got to get white people. You know, that's what Berry Gordy's whole thing was. He wanted. That's what the reason why he tried to transition Motown, you know, mainstream, get into pop music. You know.
Yeah, because Berry Gordy saw it at the time.
Okay, let me bring it back to this dude right here. Here we go.
I think there's anything wrong with spending the money you earn and even putting it in things like jewelry and clothes.
That's right. I mean, clothing you need, but jewelry is the worst thing if you are not already. I mean, if you were super wealthy, go knock yourself out. But if you're trying to bring yourself up to be successful in life and be able to buy things you actually need, that's the worst thing you could do. Jewelry, I'm sorry, jewelry does not buy you a house. You can't go to a bank,
really doesn't.
Give them jewelry and like they're gonna look at it and go, wow, you can have this house.
But
yeah, I mean,
it's all about why you're doing things. See, if you go out and buy a diamond chain because you just love how that diamond chain looks and you like how that looks on you, that's great. But if you
can afford it, I'm telling you, this guy don't get me wrong. I think he's making a pretty good point. The problem is that in our community, I think the men want to look more rich than women do. Women in our community, they're like, look, I just want to look pretty and I want to look nice. Men want to look nice and then they want to look rich too. And that's the problem. That's where you get into trouble because it's hard to look rich without having expensive items. Now, the funny thing is this, rich people, they go out here, they buy like a pair of $50 pants, maybe a $30 shirt. You would not know it. And I see these people every day. I you know, where I was doing my thing, I was around wealthy people all day. Okay. I mean, pure millionaires. And let me tell you, you wouldn't know. But we like to look like millionaires, and that's the problem.
Yeah, do it because you think it's going to win the admiration of others. That cornball energy is going to emanate through the diamond chain. And
now he does got a good point there.
And it just isn't going to hit.
So
let's take a trip.
Yo, if this was just a character, this would be the best character ever. Yo, Mozzie could make millions. Like if this was some type of like stand-up comedy skit, yo, he would make millions.
The problem is that there's a lot of Mozzies out there.
Thank you, Torch. I was about to say that it's millions of them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem. Ghost says that's called conspicuous consumption. Bars.
Read some of their chats. What they were talking. They was her and some other lady was dropping gems.
Yeah. Let's start with Maggie Samuels.
Yeah.
Goldman Sachs, 1 million Black women is a $10 billion investment commitment with $100 million in philanthropic capital to drive economic growth and opportunity. See, let me break something down. A lot of people don't know this, but the industry loves Black women. The industry now, I'm not saying they want equality for you, but Black women have always, Black women are the best communicators in the United States.
Yeah, we've been fighting for our rights for a long time.
Yeah. So the thing is that $10 billion, Goldman Sachs knows they're getting that money back. They know. They don't give money away. These people don't give money away. They didn't get rich giving money away. That's money well spent. And that's why it really makes me upset when I see these men out here disparaging Black women, because I feel embarrassed. It's like, fella, do you know that you're literally exposing yourself that other races of people value a Black women in general more than Black men do.
Well, but DJ, if you compare a Black woman's net worth to a white woman's net worth, the difference is going to be huge. A white woman is naturally going to have, and it's the same for men too, but their net worth is going to be a lot higher.
What does that have to do with what I just said?
Yeah,
it
because we don't have industries. A lot of these white people have industry that they've been running for over 100 plus years.
Well, hold on one second. That's the reason why these people are giving Black women money, because they that the bottom line is this. They know that if Black women are given money to make businesses, those businesses are going to be successful. You want to know why? Because these other businesses that are competing with Black women businesses realize, like, wow, the only reason I beat this Black woman's business is because I just simply had more capital. So what they're doing, what they're saying, let me finish. What they're saying, what these big companies are now saying is like, shit, I think this is a win-win here. We give them enough money that they can succeed, and by naturality, they'll make us more money because they succeeded. So
and I'll put another thing on your head, Torch. This is why they fought against DEI, because of what Goldman Sachs was doing.
Goldman Sachs never bowed down to the Trump administration.
I'm saying, but I know that. I'm just saying, when Goldman Sachs did that, here come the Charlie Kirks, here come the DEI dismantling, here come affirmative action dismantling.
Pause. You want to hear something on the DEI thing? The biggest beneficiaries of DEI are white people, because the biggest beneficiaries of DEI are white women. So if white women are getting better jobs, right? They're getting better jobs or more jobs or whatever. Who is benefiting? Their boyfriends, their husbands. So that was the biggest scam in the world, was the DEI scam, the way it sits now, because they're using it to vilify Black people. Then at the same time, white people are still making out like, making out like bandits on it. I heard that 70% of the people who benefit from DEI are Caucasian women. Go figure. I mean, and don't get me wrong, because those women probably have been and always were qualified for those jobs. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that they're trying to take that DEI badge and make it like it's ours, like it's something that we take advantage of, and we don't. And they do that with welfare too.
I was going to say it. They do that with welfare. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to weaponize it against Black women.
Right.
Because we're the ones that in these companies, we're the ones that's educated. We're the ones trying to advance ourselves. It's just a weaponization against Black women.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just jealousy and envy.
Yeah. The problem is that Black men are falling in with it.
Yeah, well, the losers.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course,
I think it's
the word is conglomerate, and Black ones just sell out to get money. And then Eden breaks it down perfectly. She says, Carol's daughter, Johnson Products, Meal, and others all sold out to others because large companies were cloning their formulas, outproducing and underpricing them. They had to sell or go broke. Bars, that is true. That is a fact. That's a complete fact.
That's what I've been hitting on this whole time about the circumvention. It's like if you create a formula for something, right, and you get a patent on it, right, and let's say your formula is 25 letters long, all I have to do is change one of those letters to something else, just a little, like one of those non-active ingredients. You know how they go, how they say what's active and not active on something, right? I just have to change one of the non-active ingredients on a toothpaste to something else that's and now I can sell it, and now it's the exact same thing basically, and I can sell it with my name, my brand, but I got white people behind me because I'm a white man, so I can push the shit out of it. I'm like, yo, that is what they do. So it's always a way that they find their way in. Like when it comes to, now I'm not saying it can't be beat. I'm just saying what you said earlier, DJ, is right. We need to get our own products and raw materials from within ourselves and from foreign countries, which that are ran by us, and we got them. Right, so I don't think it's too far away. If you look over at Africa, they are kicking.
You know what, Dante? Is crazy. Y'all watch TV, right? You see these commercials. You know, okay, let's look at Dove soap, right? Black skin, we need more moisturizer in our skin than any other nation of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we suffer from eczema.
I didn't know that.
We suffer from eczema because the products that's in the store dry us out, right? Mm-hmm. But then I be tripping when I be seeing these commercials of all these white people suffering from psoriasis of the skin. You know, we could create an industry right now with just soap.
Bars.
That benefits all nations of people. When I say industry, it not only does it benefit Black people, it benefits all nations of people. This is why it's called an industry.
Very well said. Do you know that there's a lot of very, very successful Black women and Black men out there, but they don't tell everybody, oh, I own it, oh, I own it, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just they just keep it on the under, basically. It's like how Jordan. It's just like how Jordan is the face of Nike. Well, there's somebody else the face of these Black people's company. It might be a white guy, but they're making that money.
You know, that's I thought about that before, and you might think, I don't know what you think about this topic, but I said, man, one of the best ways that we can really take over and build industry at a high level, a competitive level, is if we own the ran company, but we made all of our faces of the company white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh God, Dante.
Yeah, but I know
he has a point. He has a point.
But think about this though. So think about this. That's what they call the chicken place. That's what Popeyes does. They got that black lady. She got the accent. She's like, she don't own no fucking Popeyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I see your point.
I think Popeyes is a chain now. I don't think
Popeyes
it's like.
Is right. I mean, I love Popeyes chicken.
It's an industry now.
They put their establishment. They put most of their restaurants in the hood.
Okay, let's look at Louisiana products. Now that's a recipe that came from New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm,
it's in every grocery store. It's in every fish market. It's Louisiana fried chickens everywhere. They have created an industry off of that recipe.
Yep. Remember who was the singer who made that sweet potato pie for
Patti LaBelle?
Yeah.
Didn't she sell that to Walmart or something?
Yeah,
yes,
Walmart.
She did. Yeah.
I heard like a lot of
I don't think it tastes the same
reviews
though.
on her pie. Some people like it. Some people were not a fan of it.
I mean, I tried. It's okay, but I prefer
it's a little sweet for me.
Homemade. I prefer homemade sweet potato pie.
Like if you go to Otis Spunkmeyer to their corporate chefs and have them make you a chocolate chip cookie, and then you go down the street to Walmart and buy a frozen Otis Spunkmeyer chocolate chip cookie and bake it, it's not gonna taste the same. When you mass produce it, it's never gonna taste the same.
Very well said. Very well said. Well, folks, I think that's it for tonight. I'll let you guys rock out if you guys got any last words or anything like that.
So when we gonna make some soap, y'all? When we gonna make some soap?
You know,
you're gonna have to teach me.
No, sorry, you were saying earlier about kind of hitting on it with the buses, but what we lack is distribution. Like Patti LaBelle, for example, if she had a way to distribute her pies without having to go through these white-owned companies, then she could become in partnership with them instead of just selling the whole thing to them and getting a small percentage of it. You know, like cause that doesn't benefit the whole community, and we got to stop.
She lacked logistics. She lacked logistics. She lacked the planes that's needed. She lacked the trucks that's needed. Like I said, we could be running the transportation industry right now.
Especially even if we just did distribution just within our own people, and we just started our own banks and put our money into our own bank.
We had banks before. We had banks.
We did have it, and you know what? We did want to integrate. You're right about that. Back in the in the 20s,
exactly.
But you know what? Those generations, we are so far removed from those generations. I'm talking about psychologically, where I couldn't imagine what it was like coming out of slavery, and then being the first generation that you wasn't a slave, then the second and third and fourth. All they knew was white people. That was it. That's why when most black people
let's not take their resilience from them, Dante. Those black people, because my great grandmother was a child slave baby, and they left Louisiana and they left, right? But she was a child, like a impampered slave. So those people were so hungry, they were so determined. They were so resilient. Like, I just don't get it. And it makes me angry in 2025 when you look up and look at all these industries that's created by all these people. For example, there's this cartel guy. I don't want to say his name, but he took his drug money and created industry with concrete. He supplies every construction site in this country just by peddling concrete.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Anybody else?
All I have to say is that we need to hold tight with what we got. It's not much, but we can do better as a people and hold on to our own inventions. Don't give away your inventions just because there's money involved and there's other groups of people throwing it at you. Please, please, please hold on to the hair care industry and the tech industry. Please do not give those away, because once you give them away, they belong to somebody else and another community benefits off of it. So please, 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 Black people, do not give your business away. Do not sell.
Well said. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Darnell, I want to hear Darnell.
Well, I mean, great show. As always, DJ, thank you for having me. And, I'll be honest. I mean, this was actually a real good show, like talking about, what we were talking about, the economics and things of that nature. I mean, this was, I think this is going to go down as, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to go down as one of your biggest shows, because
one of the best shows in history.
Yes, it's going to make people think. It's going to make a lot of people think. Some of the dynamics we spoke about keeping things, within the community of how, we're selling out, buying other products, and it's just one of those things that, that I think a lot of good points were made, and it's sad that this happens, and yes, you do lose, but it does make you think that, hey, okay, what things that I can do to change things, to change this.
Right.
What can I do to change things to make things better for myself, my children, my community, so I think that this is pretty deep, DJ. I would definitely make, especially the economic portion of your show. I know it's typically not your forte, but I would definitely, clip that, clip the economics portion of this, and do a highlight.
Yeah, I might just do that. All right, everybody.
No,
So anyway.
Torch. We need your last words, Torch.
Oh, you know something? I got some chicken over here I'm gonna cook. No, I think basically, yeah. The only thing I'm really frustrated that I think we need to have another talk about this, about the financials, because like I said, let me bring up dude right now again. Right here, because we there's too many of this. There's too many of this type of men right here. There's way too many. And what I mean is, they're pretending to be somebody they really aren't, trying to act like they have money, they really don't. And it does more damage than a lot of people think, because they'll do anything to try to keep up that mystique. And that causes a lot of economic and physical harm in our community. That's basically all I got to say tonight. That's about it.
But with DJ, you got to look up. If you think this guy, look up a guy by the name of Mansa.
I've heard that name before. I'll look it up.
Did Dante give us his last words?
Deontay, you there?
Yeah, I did already, but I do want to say something real quick from Cyber. I appreciate you a lot, because sometimes I feel like when we get into these heated debates, just because I'm a man, if I say 2 + 2 is 4, everybody like, no, it ain't, just because. So I do appreciate that you, like you said, look at things objectively, because that's what I try to do. I'm for women, and I'm really just for black people, for real. I wish we would stop all this back and forth. I think this was done on purpose, by the way, to make us fight each other over nonsense. But that's basically all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well said, everybody. I'm gonna hit that beat. Let's see. I'm gonna hit this jam that Ghost made. Ghost made this, and let me tell you, I love it. Here we go.
Love goes around. Round and round and round it goes. Love goes around. Oh. DJ Torch. And friends.
I don't know what she did, but she did it.
She wrote it?
Yeah. I mean,
dang.
I mean,
pull up a chair, the
Ghost got down.
Who wrote this?
Ghost.
Who?
Ghost.
Joe, you mean the singer Joe?
No, Ghost, he's in the chat right now. He wrote it. Garcia.
It's about to go down, yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. Yeah. DJ Torch and friends. It's about to
Oh, let me get these shout outs out of the way. I was so much into the beat. Shout out to Angela Reddick, Adele, Cindy and Amon, Kevin, the lifestyle guy. Betterment for Black women. Robert Green, Beyonce, Mackie Samuel, Henry Mars.
DJ Torch, I think you and me should do like a collaboration on a song.
Sounds good to me.
No.
Music there.
Huh?
That'll work.
We need more women engineers, you guys. Music engineers, women. Make beats now. I can play chorus. I can play beats. I can play the drums too, Torch.
Hey, we got to get a, you know.
Look, I'm not much of a writer.
I'm a rapper though, you know. We need more women engineers, music engineers.
Yeah. Man, this song. Yeah, I can't even. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, go.
I hope she engineered it. I really do.
Oh man, she did an amazing job. Everybody give Ghost a hand of applause. Give yourselves a hand of applause.
Clap, clap, clap.
Give the chat a hand of applause because everybody was off the chain tonight. Everybody. So anyway, it's time for me to get something to eat. I'm starving.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Have a good night. We'll
You
talk
have
again.
my email, Torch.
Got it. Okay.